Chapter 23. 7 o'clock rolled around when Todd got home. Jane and Joey caught him up on what happened. A man broke into Rusty's house, beat her mom, and dragged her into the woods where he tried to rape her. East fought and possibly killed him. Now, East and Rusty were nowhere to be found. Neither of them were answering their phones. Jane wanted to call the police, but Todd insisted they waited. He said that East would come home eventually, and when he did, they would talk to him. That didn't make Jane or Joey feel any better. And now she was walking through the woods to the treehouse in hopes that she would find her son there. Climbed up the ladder, opened the door, and looked inside. It was empty. No East, no Rusty. "Where are you, East?" she thought. Jane closed the door and walked back to the house. From the darkest corner of the treehouse, East and Rusty emerged. It broke both their hearts to hide from Jane like that, but they needed to be alone. Rusty sat down on a small cot, and East sat next to her. Neither of them said anything. They just sat there, thinking about what happened. Rusty couldn't look at East. She still had to process what happened. East did the same thing. He thought about Eddie. No doubt the man deserved to die, but he still couldn't believe that he actually ended someone's life. It brought him back to the restaurant, how he lost control and almost killed someone. And now he finally did. He thought about the talk he had with his mom, how she reassured him that he wasn't a monster. After today, maybe she was wrong. Maybe I am a monster, he thought. A single tear rolled down his cheek. He looked over at Rusty. He couldn't imagine what she was thinking about, nor did he want to. He thought about when she told him about her uncle's rape attempt, how she immediately ran to her parents and told them what happened. Because of that story, he always thought she was a badass, but these last few days made him remember that she was still human. She still had a breaking point. Rusty began to sniffle. East looked at her, and she started to break down. He put his arm around her, and she rested her head against his chest. Joey had finally come to his senses and was now lying awake in bed, his mind going over the last time he saw East, beating a man to death and disappearing into the woods. His thoughts went back to his dreams, and that man in the leather jacket, specifically the last one about the autopsy. What could it mean? Was the creature really dead? Could it possess people like Aaron and Eddie? Did it possess East? Or was there something already inside him? This monster just brought it out. Too many questions ran through Joey's head while he scrolled through his playlist. He'd spend maybe 10 seconds listening to a song, then skip to the next one. Then he reached one song that he couldn't skip. Rufus Wainwright's cover of Hallelujah. Something about it spoke to him, so he decided to let it play through. Bubba and the guys had fallen asleep about 10 minutes after they switched seats. JJ didn't mind though. The past 3 hours were spent with him having to explain his family history to them. They also had to throw in theories about what could be happening in Brookfield. Regardless, it helped JJ keep his cool. Since they left, it was one problem after another. First it was obvious but understandable bathroom breaks and a need for gas. Then it was a flat tire, followed by countless traffic stops that caused them to either slow down or take completely different routes, just to name a few. It made JJ very nervous. One hindrance wasn't a problem, but several? It almost felt like something was trying to stop him. Joey said something when he called. What if this is that something? Maybe he was overthinking it. The silence was getting to him, so he turned on the radio in hopes that some music would calm his nerves. First channel he turned to must have been some soft rock station or something, because the first song was Hallelujah by Leonard Cohen. Haven't heard this song in a while, he thought.